It's been a while. It's been a little while. I don't even actually know the last time that I uploaded an episode, but it's been long enough, hasn't it? A lot of things have changed. So I think the last episode I put out was right before, or maybe on Thanksgiving. And then I got the flu. Never had the flu before in my life. I got the flu. Um, and then right before Christmas, my aunt was here, and I had just got a new job. And then we all got this really gnarly stomach bug, like literally the week before Christmas. And yeah, it was crazy. Um, my birthday is next week. I'll be 21 finally. I have some topics to talk about that I wrote down, but I wrote them down like a couple weeks ago. So maybe we'll just see what happens. I'm just gonna speak. I got this microphone for Christmas from my wonderful aunt. It's very nice. I'm very excited to be using it for the first time. And I'm excited because it picks up sound like in the front and the back, so I can have people on the podcast with me now because they can sit on the other side and we can just have a little chat. But yeah, so I finally got a job, guys. I'm working in the mall at a store. I don't really feel like saying the store. But yeah, I'm very excited. I like the job a lot. I have some friends at my job now, and it's very fun. Um, I've never really liked a job, I guess, but it was just, what was it? New Year's Eve, and I was in the parking lot before work, and I was like, I don't even mind the fact that I'm here right now. Like normally I'd be like, it's fucking New Year's Eve, I don't want to fucking be here. But yeah, I just was fine with being at work because I have fun. It's not a bad job. I get to see new people all the time, and I have friends there now that I really like. So that's really cool. I'm very excited. I say so much. I noticed that. Um there I go. But yeah, I'm finally excited because a big part of like why I was feeling so down, I think, was because I didn't have a job, and like I don't have a job and then I don't have anything to do, and I wasn't really seeing my friends on top of it. I just like was at home all the time and not talking to anybody, and it got me really sad. But now I'm better and I have a job and I'm talking to my friends again. Because that's actually a toxic trait about myself, is that pause. I don't know if you can hear sounds in the background or not, but my heater is like squeaking and making sounds, so don't think you're going crazy or that there's somebody in your space, please, because it's just my heater behind me. Anyways, yeah, I wasn't really talking to any of my friends, and it's completely my fault. Because I mean, okay, so my friends were hanging out without me quite a bit, and I was starting to feel a little insecure about my friendships, which happens to me quite a bit. But then instead of like, I don't know, being a normal person, what is that? Oh, it's my finger. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at myself and I didn't know what that was, but it's just my finger. Um, this is crazy. I'm all over the place. Yeah, so my friends, it happens sometimes to me about my friends, where I get insecure. I have like a really bad, like, jealous tendency in friendships, ever since I was a kid, and I've worked really hard to like move past it, but I'm obviously still working on it. I just always as a kid felt like my friends would hang out without me and they didn't like me. And then I didn't want to be like that annoying person who's always asking you to hang out and like you don't really want to hang out with them and all this stuff. So I would just stop talking to them until they were like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you not talking to us? Like, did we do something?" And I'm like, "No, like I thought you didn't like me." Like I just hate feeling like a burden in people's lives. And I feel like that's dumb because I'm at a point where when you're in high school, I think it's easier to feel that way, and it's easier to feel like people are obligated to be your friend because you see them in school and stuff like that. But if my friends didn't want to be my friends, like literally they just wouldn't. Like we're all 20 now. We're all growing adults in college with jobs, doing our own things, and anytime that they're seeing me or they're talking to me, like they're taking the time to do that. If they didn't want to be my friends, then like really they just wouldn't. But yeah, so I assume other people's feelings and then don't communicate my own. So I don't tell my friends that I have this problem and I think that they don't like me and that I feel left out, and instead I just like go into hibernation mode and wait for somebody to check in on me, which is not good. That's not a nice thing for me to do, but I'm aware of it and I'm working on it. It's just hard for me because then even if I tell my friends that I feel that way, I feel like I'm still a burden by complaining about it. And then I feel bad because I'm like, I'm not questioning my friends' like love for me because they're not doing enough necessarily, but it's literally like me getting in my own head. And I don't want them to feel bad about the fact that I think that they don't like me. I don't want them to think that they did anything. Basically, I have to stop trying to please people and just say what I feel. And I'm working on it. I'm trying. It's just not easy to like reframe your brain. And I've done a lot of reframing in my brain, guys. In the past couple years, I'd say this year specifically, but in the past couple years, I guess since I turned 18, like my brain has changed so much. Like there's so many things that I do now that I wouldn't have done because I was too insecure and I let that run my life. Like clothes I wouldn't have worn, places I wouldn't have gone, people I wouldn't have talked to. And now I'm like a completely different person and I love it, and that's crazy. And I'm a person who, when I look in the mirror, I don't get overwhelmed and disgusted by what I see anymore. And if you feel that way, excuse me if you heard that, if you feel that way, you should know there's nothing wrong with you. A lot of people feel that way, but it does get better. And honestly, I went by a fake it till you make it to like strategy for a long time. And I realize now that I guess that's kind of just manifesting, because when I'm sitting in front of my mirror and I actually hate myself, but I'm looking at myself going, I'm pretty, I look hot right now. I like my face. I like the way that my hair sits. I like this, I like that. And I'm saying that a lot to convince other people, I guess. But I'm also convincing myself, and I feel like I just like manifested liking myself. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Like, fake it till you make it it works. But also, don't fake it too hard to the point where you don't know yourself anymore, I guess. You shouldn't have to fake anything. But if you are going to fake something, fake it till you make it. You know? I told myself that I thought I was pretty enough to the point where now I do. Or that I loved my body and now I do. Or I'm at a point where I'm getting there. I have probably the best relationship with myself that I have in a long time. Despite the fact that I feel like I don't really know myself anymore. I got my heart broken a little bit. And I just went through this phase where I kind of came out of this. It wasn't a relationship, but I came out of this situation with this person, and I realized that I spent so much of my time caring about, oh, well, what do they think of me? What would they think of this? Would they like this? And then changing the way that I spoke, changing the things that I liked, changing the ways in which I did my makeup or my hair or dressed and all this different stuff because I wanted this person to want me. And I did that to the point where I feel like I kind of lost myself because I did it for a couple of years, and now I'm just trying to rebuild a relationship and a connection with myself, which I'm not doing very well. Okay, that's like true and not true to a point, because definitely like a couple weeks ago I was not doing well and I was just rotting in bed and like being depressed, and sometimes that's what you just have to do. Like, I think my body and my mind was telling me, like, you need to literally just like chill. You need to chill. You're very stressed. I was very stressed. I was very overwhelmed and very worried about the fact that I felt like I lost myself and I didn't know where to start to find myself. And recently, like I said, getting a job has helped a lot with my mental health, and I've started writing again. And I think also something that's important that I need to do is to stop telling people what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, and have more privacy, I guess. I don't mean necessarily like keeping secrets, but just to have things that are just mine more. Like I started a writing project that I haven't told anybody about, and I don't really intend to because I'm still working on it. And I think that keeping it to myself until I maybe need help with it is what I just need to do for now. And if you don't know me, I am kind of like a spiritual person, or I'm trying to be. And I just feel like, I think I had a reading or something, and it was just like, don't let everybody know your next move before you're going to make it. And talking about how it's important to keep things to yourself, and to try doing it more. And I feel like, because I think that was a big thing of me losing myself, was that I was giving a lot of myself away, and I was giving pieces of myself away before I was even, doing anything with them. And I love sharing my ideas and anything that I do with my friends, because I just am an open book and I like to be that way, but I understand that to build a relationship with myself, that there are things that I need to just experience with only myself. So yeah, that's a little bit of how I'm getting past that. I don't know. I feel like turning 20 changed my life a lot, and then going through what I've recently gone through and stuff like that, I feel like the world just like doesn't feel the same. And also I think that TikTok and how it's changed in the past few years definitely has a lot to do with it. Like when TikTok first was popular in like 2019, and it was literally just painting a calculator case and painting phone cases and SpongeBob paintings and like dances, and then there was like Benji and the guy he dated, and makeup and stuff like that. And now it's like every TikTok is like something controversial, or it's telling you, are you like this, and this? Then you might be, you might have this mental illness, or you might be neurodivergent, and this and that and that. And it's like telling you who you are. And then you're also experiencing so many different people, so many different things at all hours of the day. And like so many of us just lose so many hours in that, on that stupid app. And like I deleted apps on my phone for a while, and then I wasn't able to have them back. So I deleted Instagram, I deleted Twitter, and I deleted TikTok and Facebook. But I kept Snapchat because I like don't use it that much. But so it wasn't like a social media that I felt like was rotting my brain like the others. And I still had them on my iPad. But so when I was out, or even during the day, like I wasn't going on my iPad a lot. So I was testing, how well I could thrive without social media in my life. And honestly, okay, I feel like there wasn't a huge change because I did still have access to it, but it definitely wasn't as bad as usual. I was feeling a lot better about myself. I was paying more attention when I was outside. One thing that makes me really sad is when I go to campus or anywhere, and I'm looking around, and people could be talking to each other. People could be just paying attention in general to their surroundings. Like when I go outside and I'm immediately, if I go on a walk and I'm looking at my phone the whole time and I'm not looking at like the trees or appreciating the weather or saying hi to people who walk past me and stuff like that. And I see a lot of that. I see a lot of people on campus. Everybody's by themselves and everybody's on their phone and not looking up. Like there's just a lack of connection, which is, weird, or not weird, but it's like ironic, I guess, because that is what the phone gives you, is a whole different world of connection, but then you're losing the connection with people in real life. And so I don't even remember what started this tangent. Basically, I just felt lost, and I tried, social media affects it a lot. And I tried to not have social media for a while, which helped a little bit. So if you're going through something similar, I definitely would suggest trying a social media cleanse. I cannot talk. Even if you don't necessarily delete them, but if you put like a timer and have somebody else set the passcode so you can't break it. Because that's what I used to do, was I used to have like 30 minutes a day for each app, or like an hour on weekends, but I knew the password. So when it would come up and say, you've run out of your screen time for the day, I would just boop, 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 and give myself more time. I'd give myself like the 10 minutes or whatever that it does, 5 minutes maybe, and then it would come up again, and I would just say, leave on for the rest of the day. So it kind of just defeated the whole purpose. Yeah, I don't know. How did I start this? Oh, I was saying the world feels different. Yeah, so I think that our lack of paying attention to the world now, like I just feel like I'm not like in the world. I kind of feel like things are just happening and I'm just around for them. Like I don't feel like anything is ever really happening to me. And I also think that this has to do with graduating high school has been really weird, because I graduated during COVID in 2020, and then my first like year and a half of college was online. Was it? My first year of college was online. And I don't dorm, and a lot of people are still doing online. I still do online some of the time. And it's really hard to make friends, and to make connections. But I think having a lack of like drama, like there was always drama in high school, and there was always high school is very different than college. And I don't think anybody really ever prepares you for that, because you go from seeing the same teachers and the same people 5 days a week to now you're seeing people once a week maybe. And even when you are seeing these people, you don't know any of these people. You're not seeing them a lot of the week, so you don't really get the chance to make like a real good connection with them. I mean, you can, obviously, but it's difficult. And then it's like you go to class and you're immediately just going to leave and going to go to your next class, but it's somewhere else on campus. And when you say you can't even make friends like along the way to class because everybody is with their nose in their phone. And I sound like a mom or something when I'm saying this stuff, like, but I'm just so serious, where I'm so over social media, but I also love it, and I don't want to like, I don't know, there needs to be like a distinction. I'm gonna kill this bitch. Anyways, that was annoying. My sister just woke up and came to my door. It's literally like 3 o'clock in the morning, but anyway, what was I talking about? Social media cleanse. Yeah, if you can, try it. If not, that's whatever. Oh, remember, I was saying there needs to be like, I don't know, social media, like, because I guess I was probably 12 when the iPhone 4 came out. And I was younger when Instagram came out. When did Instagram come out? Let's do some research. But I was young when Instagram came out, and when did Instagram come out? Instagram, October 2010. So I was 8 when Instagram came out. And I was definitely on it. I had an iPod Touch, and I was on Instagram. So from when I was 8, I was on Instagram, and then it was Snapchat, and then there was Vine, and then there was Musical.ly, and now there's TikTok and Twitter and all this different shit. I probably got on Twitter when I was like 14, maybe earlier. And it's just, it was different then because it was more of entertainment than it was about your like your social life or anything. It just didn't feel so competitive. It wasn't so like mind sucking. Like you would go on Instagram for 5 minutes and then like be gone. You'd be fine. I used to, when Instagram first came out, it would be like, follow my friend on Instagram, blah blah blah, or you'd be posting about fucking One Direction or something like that. Social media used to be fun. I used to have a Teen Wolf account. I don't know if I've talked about that in here before, but I used to have a Teen Wolf account, and it had like 20,000 followers, and like it was just fun. And now Instagram is kind of dying. I feel like I don't care that much about Instagram. I like Instagram because it's like, honestly, now it's one of the least painful social media platforms because so many people don't care that much about it. Like before TikTok, Instagram was a heavy place for, you know, body shaming and all this different stuff that was happening, like drama. That's one thing that has always been on Instagram is drama. Like I remember when I was younger, and this was before Instagram ever changed their logo, when it was the first original logo, and it was so funny. Looking back, it's funny. In the moment, it was like real. But arguing for your celebrities on Instagram like seeing, I know that there's like a picture that I posted, but it would be like, stop the hate. And it would be like the celebrities ones that they would do for like the campaign, like stop the hate or whatever. I remember I'm seeing in my head so vividly this one Instagram post, and it was like, Selena blah blah blah, Demi blah blah blah, Taylor blah blah blah, Harry blah blah blah. And it was just saying like all this different stuff that people were saying about them, because we used to treat it like celebrities were our friends and people were bullying them basically. And we'd be in the comments like, you don't know what you're talking about, like this, like she's a nice person and she never did anything wrong and blah 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 blah. It was just funny looking back because, like, girl, you were 9 and you did not know anything about these celebrities. Because also, this was not a point where everybody's fucking every move was, like, being tracked and everybody knew what was happening with everybody all of the fucking time. And that's another thing about keeping things to yourself. Like, nobody should know what you're doing every second of every fucking day when you're doing it. I don't know. It's just not right. I just don't think so. I'm not going to have any idea how long this episode is now because I had to cut that off before. Anyway, I talk about social media too much on here, I think. I wish that I could find... Let's look up 2010's Instagram posts. Let's look. Oh my god, this one picture of Kendall Jenner with her hair in hearts. I don't think I ever did it, but I always wanted to so bad. Do any of you guys remember the, like, Tumblr era of Instagram? There's this one girl, Akko Perf. Her name was Melina DeMambro. I was obsessed with her. I found a picture earlier that she had followed me on Twitter back in the day, and it was so funny. Oh my god, because before it was like the explore page, it was the popular page. Oh my god, I'm gonna put this on the screen for anybody who's watching. Like, look at that, the popular page. What else? Mid 2010s starter pack. It's got that fucking blue and black or yellow and gold dress. I always saw blue and black. I've literally never seen yellow and gold, but whatever. Oh my god, Flappy Bird. When those iPhone 5S's first came out and they were like in all the different colors, I wanted one so bad. I did not have one. Musically, why is Guardians of the Galaxy in the mid 2010s pack? That is like a different era than any of these things. Mid 2010s. Guys, one year for Christmas, I got a Wii. And I think I got a Wii and a DS in the same Christmas. No, I'm a liar. They were like a Christmas apart. Or maybe I got one for Christmas and one for my birthday. I don't know. But let me tell you, nothing was better than growing up in the early 2000s with a fucking pink DS. Oh my god, and I had this iCarly case and I still have it. But I don't know where my DS is. I have a DS that I found in 3rd grade. But I don't know where my DS is. And I'm very upset about it. I had like pictures and shit on there. But I know it's here somewhere, but there's a lot of space to cover in my little area. And I don't really want to do that. But that's actually a perfect little segue, guys, because the next topic that I have is games I used to play as a kid. So when I was a kid, we had like a family computer. Oh my god. Kids like now probably have no concept of like family computer, like a family desktop. Oh, I don't like that. But anyways, we had our desktop computer, little office computer. We used to have a computer room in the house that we had that had a room for it. Um, but and I used to go on and I used to go. This was like before like YouTube was a big thing. Nobody really used the internet like a crazy amount. Not like now anyway, but this was before Netflix was like really a streaming service. I think you could only get it like on the Xbox, then you could get movies sent to your house. Like DVDs sent to your house. We used to do that sometimes. Or we had an Xbox and we had a Netflix subscription through that. So I remember like sitting in the living room. I would sit on the floor with my mom. On the floor with my mom. I don't know why I said that like really fast. And I remember watching like Netflix used to have SNL like the best of. So we would watch the best of Adam Sandler, the best of Chris Farley. Like, oh, they were so amazing, and they don't have them on Netflix anymore, and I really wish that they did. So if anybody from Netflix is listening, come on, guys. Give me back the best of SNL. Oh my god, that just reminded me real quick. I randomly got this email that said that I was like number 12 in podcasts in Oman or something. So shout out if you're listening from Oman. I also have a pretty strange demographic because I definitely didn't think that anybody anywhere was listening to my podcast, but let me pull up my little analytics. Where are they? Oh, audience. Yeah, so it says 6% of my listeners are from Oman, 5% are from Thailand, and then we've got some in Indonesia, South Africa, Australia, the UK, Canada, Germany, Russia, Belgium. So that's crazy, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. 92% female. Yes. The rest of you guys are cool too, though. Don't worry. I love everybody. Yeah. I'm like mind boggled by that. I don't think I'm that interesting, but thank you for thinking that I am. And coming and listening to this. But anyway, so we used to have a computer room. We had a family computer, and I would go on and I'd get on the phone with my friend, my BFF, Haley. We'd get on FaceTime or like on the actual phone because there was a time before FaceTime. Ooh, and we all had house phones. Yeah, and we used to go, I loved Club Penguin. That was like our favorite of all time. We used to play Bearville, which was like Build-A-Bear. Kind of like how the Webkinz website was, if you never used Bearville. But it was, oh my god, it was completely different. It was amazing. And then you could trade your clothes and other things. And then you didn't have to like have a bear to sign up, I don't think, like you did with Webkinz, but you could have your bears in there and then you would like have them like in a backpack or something. And there were these white furry fucking boots, guys. Oh my god, I wanted them so bad. Nobody would ever trade them. They were like the hot item. And one time I got them, and I'm pretty sure that my cousin, you bitch Haley, if you're listening, I think she tricked me into trading them to her or some shit like that. I remember I lost them and I was devastated. Oh my god, yeah, Pixie Hollow, which was like Tinkerbell and everything. You could custom make your own fairy. And I was so sad when I learned that they took it down. That was like really recently that they did that. Fantage, if anybody played that. Pop Tropica. No, Fantage I think had why are people walking around? Because I don't want anybody to hear me. Anyway, Fantage had like a fashion show thing. I think Fantage is still up, but I'm not 100% sure. And then Pop Tropica. I don't know who doesn't know about Pop Tropica. I don't even know how to explain Pop Tropica. I don't have any other topics really. I wrote I'm unmotivated. This was okay, so I still kind of feel like this, but don't anymore. And I think it's like a mix of things that make me feel this way, but I wrote I'm unmotivated. And then the first bullet point says, I feel like I have no thoughts and opinions, which is kind of true, but I'm kind of getting out of that. I think that I've gone through a period of like derealization or depersonalization. I don't really know the difference between the two. But just feeling like kind of fake and like life is happening like around me rather than I'm in it. I've had a hard time like remembering things from when I was a kid, and I feel like I think this is a part of me getting over that heartbreak stuff and like not really knowing who I was because of it, that I don't feel like I have thoughts and opinions. I don't know what I like and what I don't like, which is true and not. I just don't feel, I don't know. When I was in high school, everything felt so much more drastic all the time. Like it always felt like something was at stake and things felt like they were happening like to me, like I was experiencing life. And now I kind of just feel like bleh all the time. And I probably should just go see a therapist, but they're a lot of money. But yeah, so that's just a little weird thing. And it's really hard to explain. I don't really know why I wrote it down. I guess just in case anybody else feels this way and can actually understand what I'm trying to say, because I feel like I'm not explaining it very well at all. Yeah. And then I don't want to have a job or a career, and I don't want to do anything and I just want school to end, which I just actually read that wrong. Yeah, I really hate college, honestly. I'm tired of it. I love when I'm not in school. I'm like 10 times more happy. But I have to go and I have to graduate and get a degree and get a job. Unfortunately. Which actually, I think I mentioned maybe on here that I was thinking about switching my major, and I met with my advisor if anybody cares, and I'm working on it. But I have to get my GPA up before I can switch my major, so I'm working on that first. Because starting school in 2020, with COVID and being online, and then I was going through something with a guy at that point too. The same guy who I'm going through stuff with, or I'm not going through stuff with him now, but I'm going through the aftermath of him now again. And it messed me up and I was really depressed and I didn't care about school. And I messed up for the first 2 years of college, so now I'm trying to build myself back up again. And it's very stressful because I don't like college. Like, I loved high school. It was a routine. I knew what to expect and I knew what I was doing. I knew who to go to if I needed help. I knew everybody in my school. I knew teachers. I knew students. Like, and obviously you can't always stay where you're comfortable, but it was a big, huge jump, and I just don't feel like I was completely prepared for it, mentally, or like, I don't feel like that school or anybody really prepared me for it, because also I'm a first generation college student, so nobody really knew what they were doing. But I don't know. My next bullet point, guys, says everything is annoying. Everything was annoying for a little bit for no reason. Everybody and everything was annoying me, and that was another part of why I wasn't talking to my friends, was because everything was pissing me off for literally no reason. And now I'm chilling. I'm chilling now. I wrote on here that I wanted to share with you guys my Christmas list, but obviously it's past Christmas now. It's also happy. Oh, you know what I didn't even say? I didn't say Happy Christmas, and I didn't say Happy New Year, and Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, and anything else that you guys celebrate. Happy all of it. Happy holidays, guys. They're over now, but I hope that you had happy holidays, and continue to. My birthday is a week from right now, actually, because it's technically Thursday. So I'll be 21 in a week. It's really weird getting old. But yeah. Which another thing I had to say was that time is weird. First of all, not to get anybody in a crisis of the existential kind, but time is fucking fake. Time is literally man-made, and it freaks me out. And it's like all these different social constructs are built on the idea of time, but literally, like, who said that a day, like, if we wanted to, a day could be what we experience as 2 days. The sun could rise and set and rise and set again, and then that could be a day, you know? A year could literally be as many months as we wanted. And then we put a lot of pressure on ourselves because of time, which is literally a man-made, like, I don't know. We have these significant man-made constructs in our time that we treat as nature and natural, when literally they're just somebody told us that, so we do it. We could do anything we want, guys. Basically. Another thing that confuses me like that, money. What if money just never existed and we all just lived? What if there was no such thing as poverty? People are like, well, nobody would do a job then. But the thing is, every single trade has people who like to do that job. And they're like, if there's no money, then they're not going to want to do it. If they never knew money fucking existed, then what difference would it make? Because they would know, like, oh, we have to do this. Like, hello, the Neanderthals used to build houses, or obviously not houses, but build their, the roofs over their head and shit like that, just because they knew they had to survive. If we just did things to survive, but also did things because we liked them, I bet the world could still run just fine. And people would be a hell of a lot happier than worrying about, I have to have enough money for this, I have to have enough money for that. And if I don't work myself to death, then I can't afford rent. I can't afford rent to live in this place that I can barely even live in because I'm working so fucking much because I have to afford to be able to live here. Like, can we catch a break? Can we catch a break? All right. I don't know. This is just a wacky time in our lives, guys, and social media is weird, and I miss 2009. I feel like 2009 was a nice year. Obama was president, and social media wasn't a thing, and I was just 7 years old, chilling, going to first grade, and hanging out with my friends, and playing basketball in my driveway and riding my bike. That's all I worried about. I don't know. Like, okay. What I was saying before about feeling like I'm not feeling things is like, I feel like I'm not smelling things the way I used to. I feel like things are almost like muted. Like if you took life and like desaturated it, but also that includes feelings and experiences and stuff like that. Like I don't want to sound like I'm not making any sense, but I just don't feel like in it like I used to. Like it used to be fall and I would feel fall, you know? I would feel, I mean, granted, I think a huge part of this is like the changes that the environment is having, like global warming and stuff like that. And the way that it's impacting the weather. Like it is January 5th and it was 60 fucking degrees today. 60 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. It was 60 fucking degrees today. For what? For what? But like it used to be fall and I remember like sitting in the dining room of my house with the windows open and doing my homework and like just coming home from school and smelling the fall air and like feeling the slight chill, but like it was like nice weather. And then this fall and the past couple falls are just like, I don't feel that. I think there's just a lack of like excitement in me also because it used to be, oh, I look forward to starting high school. Oh, I look forward to turning 16. Oh, I look forward to graduating high school. And then it was, oh, I'm so excited to go to college. And then it was, college fucking sucks. But I also don't want to graduate because being in the real world scares me. Like, people just adjust, but you're a student for at least 12 years of your life. I've been a student for all of my life that I can remember. And then it just stops. And you have to go into the real world. What the fuck? And there's no like, I guess that's what college is for, is to like get you ready for the real world. But high school was supposed to prepare me for college and it didn't do that either. So yeah. If you listen to my podcast, I want to say thanks because I talk like a mad woman and I'm all over the place and I don't think I make sense a lot of the time. And sometimes I talk really fast and sometimes I can't remember what I was saying. So if you sit here for the whole thing and listen to me ramble on, I really, really, really appreciate it. So thanks. I still want to do my brain fart segment that I was doing. I honest to God haven't looked at this in so long. Were you guys on Doubloon's TikTok? Because what happened to that? I had not a lot of doubloons, but... Oh, you know what? For my first brain fart segment, it's not from that note, but here's something that I started a note that says things I've said that confuse my parents. And I haven't written any down since this one, but I said, I'm not 100p about it. Or like, I'm not 100p about it, like 100%. And that really confused my mom. And I say it all the time, so I just like thought she knew what I was saying. And I was like, I'm not 100p about it. And she was like, what? What is that? What do you mean? Oh my God, hello? Where is my note? Oh. Bro, my sister took my phone or my iPad. She was on my iPad drawing and it's all in my notes. What is this? This is like a person with a hat or something. I'm gonna show this on the screen for anybody watching, and it's a little freaky. So my sister's 4. Remember that. But like it kind of looks like salad fingers. Okay. Those are ones I've already said. Okay. Growing older, I think your face just gets smaller on your head. Like, I was looking at pictures of myself, and I feel like my face used to take up more of my head than it does now. Yeah. Guys, I wrote down so many of these. Did I talk about how everybody wants to be a clip bitch, but no one wants to talk about how it sucks to drive with a clip in your hair? I fucking hate that. Because all the time I just want to wear a clip, and then I have to not wear a clip in the car. I look like shit in the car, which doesn't matter because, like, it's just me. But what if I drove past a really cute boy? Or what if I went to drive and go get coffee and the person was really cute and I look like shit? What then? It'd be tragic. That's what. Oh my God. It stresses me out when people do their makeup with their hair down. And then, like, sometimes I'll do my makeup with my hair down, okay? Like, it's not a huge deal. But people who do their makeup with their hair down and then let their hair be near their face, like, clip that shit back. Clip it back, put it behind your ears. I don't give a fuck. You're sitting there, you're getting makeup on your hair. It's pissing me off. And then you're going to sit there and upload it to TikTok or the internet or some shit. And then how do you get it out? Because I've gotten makeup in my hair before while I'm doing my makeup, and then, like, it stays in my hair. How do you, and then they get it out and their hair just still looks perfect. And I'm like, I don't understand any of this. I don't understand any of it. So next is the media of the week that I was doing, but it's not updated. I don't think I've watched any movies. I can't remember. That's like the thing. I can't remember anything now. But I can't remember if I've watched any movies. I just was rewatching Bridgerton. Not a movie, if you don't know. I love Bridgerton. I was rewatching it. I've been rewatching that 70s show lately. Yeah, I love those. Music, oh God. So sorry. Music, I've been obsessed with SZA's album. My thing with music is that I mostly just listen to the same stuff over and over and over again until it makes me want to vomit. So I have a lot of very specific playlists, and I kind of just listen to my playlists and occasionally add music that I find that I like. SZA's new album. Oh my God, the song Special. She literally crawled in my brain to write that. Just letting you know. Oh my God. I don't know if this makes like sound when I pick it up and stuff. I really hope not, but I'm losing feeling in my foot, so I gotta adjust. I just had it. Since I don't have movies, what I will tell you is new makeup stuff. Not new makeup, but new stuff that I got, makeup that I really am enjoying. So I wanted the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Face thing just because I saw everybody had it. And I am a follower. But I got the e.l.f. one, the e.l.f. Halo Glow thing. I literally looked for it for like 2 months and couldn't find it in my shade. It was always sold out. And I friggin' got the last one at Target the other day. I felt like a boss, okay? The lightest shade is... Oh my God, I just heard a car outside and it scared me. Who's driving it this time? It's a little dark. The lightest shade. It's not very pale, and I'm a pretty pale lady. So I make do, but I felt like I did look a little orange the other day, but I still like it regardless. I also got the e.l.f. illuminating primer. It's like it's a little one, and it's like tan, and it's illuminating, but I don't know exactly what it's called. When I put it on today, I originally didn't think that I really liked it, but then like it like immediately like smoothed my face out so nicely. And then it's got like the same consistency or like texture of the Benefit Professional, but it's like more buttery, I guess, than that. So I didn't like it at first. I think I might have put like a little too much on. But my makeup has been on for over 12 hours now, and I haven't touched it, and I think it still looks pretty good. Also, those like triangle powder puffs that people were talking about on TikTok, definitely get those. I got a pack for Christmas from my mom, and they're amazing. I feel like I actually notice a huge difference in my makeup. When I set under my eyes, it's a lot more smooth and like even than when I do it with a beauty blender, and it doesn't really separate as much. And I feel like when I do it with a beauty blender or a brush, like it picks up my product or moves my makeup around, and this doesn't do that. So 10 out of 10. I also got, my cousin bought me for my birthday the Charlotte Tilbury like highlighter wand. Guys, I'm in love. I'm in love with this highlighter wand, okay? If you can find one, you have to get it. I got the shade Spotlight. I'm a pale bitch. So if you're a pale bitch like me, Spotlight might do you really good. I really want to get the like Rare Beauty blushes. I don't know which one. Everybody uses Joy, but I looked at it in the store and I just don't know if I could pull that color off. But those are my makeup suggestions for right now. This will probably not be weekly because I don't get new products like that often. But yeah. I'm sorry. This episode was like crazy and all over the place, and I just want to say thank you for listening again if you made it this far. And to all of you who listen all over the place, I appreciate it so much. And I hope that I can just help anybody who's going through similar stuff that I go through or have gone through. And I love and appreciate everybody. And if you're watching on YouTube, I love and appreciate you too. Which is also just a reminder that I also do post these on YouTube. And my Instagram is lltmpodcast. I have all of my information in the description, I think, of the episodes, and then also in the description on YouTube. I've got links on my Instagram where you can find me on most things. Yeah. So leave any questions or DM me anything. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week, maybe after my birthday, maybe before my birthday, who knows. I love you guys. I hope that you guys spread love and kindness and joy, and just be safe and keep being you and being beautiful. Love you. Mwah.